I'm going to go over my day trade on ticker ANPC. This was a $130 loss, but I think the lesson is very important, and I think that I can hit this for a win 9 times out of 10 going forward. So without further ado, let's look at the chart for ticker ANPC, which was a gap up in the pre-market from its previous closing price around $6 a share to its high of $12.6 in the pre-market. Now, what I looked at when I saw the 1 year, 1 day history for this stock, it has been known for having big red days when it gaps up in the pre-market by my highlighted circles here, and that means that these days it opened higher than the previous closing price and continued the downtrend. These are examples, and I figured that today was going to be another downtrending day despite opening higher than the previous close to fill the gap right here from its previous closing price of $6 a share. Now the 1 minute, 1 day chart reveals 2 important lines on this chart. So let me just remove the circle to clarify. The resistance around 11 and the support around 9 are 2 clear and important levels on this chart. So when I originally traded this, I was short biased because of the big red days as we previously noted. So I entered here in the pre-market, and my risk tolerance was about $1 a share up to from like 11 to 12. So I ended up getting out in the squeeze, which, believe it or not, couldn't have been worse of a judgment call. But my target price was 8.8. So when I opened up the position size calculator, I got it at 10.8. I was risking to 11.8, and I was going to get out at 8.8. So 2.0 risk to return ratio on this stock. And so if I took a 200 share position, I can make $400 while risking $200. So I saw that the stock was channeling in the pre-market. I got in on this bounce and went back down. I was so close to getting to my target price, but I got stuck in the squeeze up. And then my emotions were running high at open because I was like, I lost all my gains. And so when it started to break out above 11, I hesitated and I got out around here, which couldn't have been worse because that was just a greater entry or a better entry if you were shorting the stock, or a re-entry. And as we can see, the stock has continued to downtrend ever since, well beyond my circle, which I would have gotten out here, and has continued to go down because the stock is known for doing just what I predicted, which is having big red days. So really, if I was really understanding the size of the move from 6 to 12, my idea of trading should be keeping the same entry, but I have to risk more to the upside to 12.8. And even though that changed the risk to return to a 1, I can either go for more position or more dollars down, because it can even close at 7.5 from here. And also, I should also be willing to have a lower risk to return ratio than a 2, if maybe even not even a 3, because if I make it a 1 risk to return, well, it's 1.15 now, but the lesson is that I'll have a higher probability of winning because 12.8 on this stock has never hit in its entire chart history of the 1 year. So if I'm risking to a point that's never been hit, odds are in my favor that it's going to not hit that over the stock price of 8.5, which has hit numerous times when it has these red days. So just a disappointing loss on this stock, but I think the lesson and the strategy still is complete. The gap up short, and I think that if you join my team, email me, we can trade these stocks together and hopefully come back and be victorious the next time. I just got in at the right time, but timing was just a little bit weird and emotions were running high, not taking an initial win here, and taking a small loss I felt would be better than a big loss. But in reality, that's just, you got to hold and let the stock breathe a little bit, because despite breaking out, it never really was completely bullish, because it broke 11, came back down below 11, retested to try and hit the highs here at 11.6, failed to do so, and immediately pulled back under 11. and ever since then, the stock has continued to downtrend. So this would have been ideally 26% pullback on the 100% run up. So just got to be smarter next time and come away with a win. Thanks for watching. I hope I taught you all a lesson on day trading and how these moves have a lot of percent moves and can lead to a nice win if you execute correctly in a couple hours, which is so ideal. Thanks.